79 series are known for their reliability, but that doesn't just happen by itself. You have to service them properly and regularly. Welcome to Get Out Go, I'm Christoph, and today I'm going for my first major service, 20,000 kilometer service of my 79 series. I've been servicing my cars here for a few years, so I thought I'd show you what it's like behind the scenes. I usually use the My Toyota app to keep track of and book services. It's very convenient to use, and you can add requests to services, not to mention that your entire service history is available right here. I only trust my car with a handful of shops, and this is one of them. It's great working with folks that look after your car like you do. Let's go have a chat with Nathan, a Toyota Master Technician. So we're here with Nathan today, and he's just going to walk us through this particular service. This is my 20,000 kilometer service. It's the first bigger service really, and there's some very important stuff. So thanks for having us, Nathan. I appreciate it.
Nice to have you here.
Yeah, thanks. So if you maybe just talk us through what we're doing here today.
Okay, basically, so every 20,000 Ks on these vehicles, we do a wheel bearing service. The importance of this, there's a few reasons. So it's a load-bearing bearing, yes. So it's very important that it gets serviced. Yep. The reason that we have to open it up and service it this way is because it's not a sealed unit that we would have on other vehicles, which is cost-saving, and obviously we can check it for any wear and tear at the same time. So what happens is we remove the hub from the axle, the bearings get stripped out, cleaned, new grease gets packed to it, new seal. Obviously the seal gets damaged when you remove the seal, so you have to put a new seal, which is good for dust entry and water entry and all that. And as I said, because it's a load bearing, which is similar to like a commercial vehicle, it takes a lot of stress, and after time wear and tear happens, and it could get a bit of excessive play. So when it gets put back together, it gets popped to the right position, it won't have play again, and that's basically that. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And that's obviously quite an important bit, but besides this, I take it there's still a normal service that happens on the engine?
Yeah, sure. So on the 20,000, it still gets a diesel filter replacement, obviously engine oil filter, the diff oils and all that inputs done on 40,000. Yeah. So that will be a slightly more bigger service, but every 20 the wheel bearings will needs to be looked at. Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's have a look.
Cool.
I mean, every 20,000 is quite frequent to look at these bearings. Just why do you do that?
Okay, like as I said previously, it's a load bearing type of bearing. It's a different design to a normal car's bearing, which will be the type of ball bearing.
Yeah.
These have a taper roller bearing, so they can take more load from each side. There's actually two in each hub. And the reason for this design is a stronger bearing for, like we say, load bearing. For more of a vehicle that can take a heavy load, that hits a lot of dirt roads. A lot of these are used for mining, big campers like yours that's got a heavy load on it. Fire trucks, some of the fire trucks users would take a lot of water, so these can take a lot of punishment. So they need to be looked at every 20,000 Ks. New grease, as you can see, this one's been repacked, it's ready to go. New seal is on the hub. And our gentlemen there are about to pack this one back together with the new seals and everything.
Yeah, awesome. Great. Especially if this is taking a lot of abuse off-road, it's important to change these every time.
And see, the thing is now, if they didn't design it this way, we'd have to replace them every time, because the other bearings, the other design on the normal car is a roller bearing that's sealed, and they're not serviceable. And that's the reason for this design.
Cool. Nice.
All right.
Besides the hub service, we're also changing oil and filters today. Incidentally, if you book an express service, you can wait for your vehicle in comfort. Not to mention look at some new shiny cars. So we're obviously doing my second service, which is the 20,000 K service on the Land Cruiser today. So I thought I'd take you behind the scenes a little. What's involved in services, why it's a good idea to bring it to Toyota. I've been servicing with SMG for a few years. You have to remember the Fortuner coming in here with some serious problems sometimes. And I'm happy to continue with the Land Cruiser. So I'm joined by Alwyn today.
Hi, Christoph. Welcome.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for choosing us as your service provider.
100%. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Fantastic. Now we are privileged.
So I think just to start off with, why should I take my Toyota to a Toyota dealer and not some guy in the, with a backstore mechanic or something? What's the benefit for me as a customer with that?
Well, I'm going to start off with the obvious. Obviously, we use the recommended parts from Toyota. It's parts made up by Toyota Japan, fit for the vehicle, developed with the vehicle. And so, yeah, the quality is absolutely amazing on each and every Toyota part. So, yeah, that's the obvious one. We must have the support behind us to offer you the labor that we sell here, and we must have the confidence to sell the part with the vehicle without having any issues. Also, Toyota does with each and every part gives a phenomenal warranty with the part. I mean, each part comes with a 12-month unlimited mileage cover for yourself, so that covers us as the dealer and yourself as the owner of the vehicle. So that gives confidence. I mean, when you drive out here, we've got the confidence in it, and so that comes down to the basic. But looking at the team that we've got here at SMG, phenomenal team. They've got amazing knowledge. Each one knows what they're doing. So and yeah, they've been purposely trained for what they do. So like we've got Herman on the west here, busy with your cruiser currently. He knows the vehicles. He does so many of them every day. He's a qualified technician, and he's got his appy to make sure everything is cleaned up, all the parts in place, and yeah. So and then you've got support like Nathan. He's our Master Tech. For those that don't know, Master Tech is a quite it's a very intimate relationship with Toyota to get to a master level. It takes about 3-4 years, depending on how quick you work through the criteria, but it's Toyota focused. So that's why you become a Toyota Master Technician. The technicians in the workshop that hasn't reached that level has got the confidence to go to him and say, but listen here, I don't understand what's going on here, and problems get solved and resolved quite quickly.
And especially if it's like something out of the ordinary, like bringing a Fortuner in that's whole wiring loom is burnt to a crisp. Yeah. I think that makes quite a difference in
absolutely
having to rebuild.
Yeah, and that is like Nathan's manner. I mean, at the end of the day, he's the brains of the operation, and he knows what to do. And he loves it. I mean, he lives for this. Yeah. Don't give that man services every day. He's going to get bored and leave. He wants this difficult stuff. Yeah. So, and that gives the whole team the confidence. At the end of the day, is when somebody drives in here, you don't cringe if you hear the complaints. And when they drive out there, you've got the confidence to know that the vehicle is fixed correctly. The knowledge has been applied, and together with service manuals, Toyota is absolutely phenomenal with their service manuals. The support you got from them. Also with your servicing, Toyota launches bulletins, campaigns. For the guy out there on the street, unfortunately, doesn't have access to that. Our job card, if we've got a campaign on it, we cannot proceed without finishing the campaign. So that is vital information, vital repairs put in place by TSA. And that is what makes the difference with the confidence you're driving out here. You should have the mindset, my car's new now. Yeah. I'm driving it off the showroom every time you exit the workshop. So, yeah.
And then obviously you get different 79 series specifically. We're talking about 79s today. We get the old venerable 1.8Z. There's the V8, and now newly the 2.8, and then the good old V6 as well. Maybe let's talk a little about what's those sort of intervals like, and how do they differ from each other?
Yes. Okay. So basically, the two that you've mentioned now, which is your own, or actually three you've mentioned now, your own. which is the V8, and then your trusty old V6, like you said, and then the 2.8. Those will be with, like yours, 10,000 interval. The intervals they've got a pattern they follow. So like the first service, oil change. Then the second one is a upseal service with only basically an oil change. Third one is an oil change again, and then your last of that cycle is your 40,000, which is a major service. So then we do tackle a lot more. And then coming back to, and that for those three models, it's basically the same copy-paste pattern. And then coming back to all the donkey, the straight six diesel, that vehicle is still without any ECUs. Basic stuff is got ABS, but that's all. That engine can run without any electricity. So, but basically, they're all trusted. They are on a 5,000 interval. They do follow the same pattern from 10, 20, 30, 40 majors, all the upseals every 20, but they've got a interim service of 5,000, which is an oil change only. Main reason behind that is that vehicle is more likely to go through mines, most likely to go through very harsh, very extreme conditions. So they brought those services to a 5,000 interval, and but they do last a long time, a long time.
But I think especially if the conditions you put a vehicle through are a lot worse, like overlanders are guilty a lot of times, extra weight, very bad roads. Those, especially on the cruiser, I think the hub seal changes are very important, right? So you have to skip it those.
Yeah, basically the upseals is very, very important. You should not skip them, especially if you do what you do with the vehicle. Those bearings are designed and intended to carry weight. They are load-bearing bearings. They are not self-lubricating. You pack them with grease, and that's how they stay for the time of the interval. It's vitally important. I mean, you rely on your axles. You cannot go without an axle. So those two bearings on that axle is phenomenal. They are very good. They are painstaking. They're the labor-costing bearings. But if you look after them, they will last you a lifetime. You'll never even... most people don't even know they've got bearings in there because it's such an important part of the vehicle. And skipping those can have some very traumatic and very severe consequences. So
I think we've got a pretty good idea of the service intervals, all the different models. There's some confusion sometimes around a factory warranty, which this comes with, and then service plans. Maybe just give us a good idea of what's the difference between the two there.
All right. So Toyota I do not sell the Land Cruiser with a service plan. Services from day one on the customer. However, the Innovation does offer a service plan for the vehicle that you can purchase, that you can get a quotation from a service advisor. And then for the warranty, the vehicle comes with a 3-year 100,000 warranty. That's when you purchase it new from the factory. That stays with the vehicle. So if you should transfer the vehicle, it stays with the vehicle until mileage or time comes first. But there is an option to extend the warranty. Yet again, you can just ask your service advisor on a quotation on that. I think the Land Cruiser goes up to 8 years, around about, and most of them is unlimited mileage, but around about 8 years of life of the cruiser itself, from date of birth, as they call it. So the difference with it is the factory warranty. There's T's and C's that is with it. So obviously you'll get a contract with it. You can read through the T's and C's. That's why servicing is so important, because that's one of the bridges of the warranty. If you skip services, then obviously warranty can be voided. And then lastly is the extended warranties on the vehicle that you can purchase from Innovation does not transfer with the vehicle. So if you should sell the vehicle, it's on that transfers with the owner of the vehicle, so that you can obviously transfer then manually to the new owner. So that's basically where some of the confusion sets in, and then what should be done to the vehicle and not done to the vehicle. But maintenance is an absolute crucial part for keeping the warranty intact from the customer side.
It's always great to know your pride and joy is in good hands. Customer service levels are also tracked, so be sure to give your feedback after each service. I've been a happy customer here for many years, so I can highly recommend bringing your Toyota to SMG for its next service.
If you look after these, this will give you 1,000,000 kilometers easily. You have to fit the right parts and take it to people with the relevant expertise to service it though. I will check back with you with maybe at the sort of 50,000 and 100,000 kilometer marks and see what we get up to then. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It does make a difference. Until next time, get out there.